The gender inequality was highlighted in this piece as well as the question answer session. My question is, why contribution in development is only being considered in terms of how much money you can add to the GDP or to the economy? Why aren't we considering females' contribution as a part of the female contribution in their family or their upbringing of their child in the development? While a sound family environment indirectly contribute in the productivity and growth. But when they do the same in paid daycare center, it's being considered as a part of growth or eventually in development. Why is that?
That's such a wonderful question. So it's good that that is the last question. And I should have mentioned that before already. So when we are talking about women not participating in the labor market, we are not meaning that they are on holidays and having a fun time. We organized here in Bangladesh last week a two-day conference on this topic, on inequality of opportunity. And there were a lot of research papers also on gender inequality, and many of them were about time use. And when you look at total time use, not just the work in the markets for money, but also in the household, then women in Bangladesh, they work way harder than men, because they do sometimes the market job, and then on top of that, they do all the household chores. And so you should never interpret that discussion about female labor force participation as something that women are not working hard. Women are working much harder. But then it goes almost back to that point of self-sufficiency in a macro economy. Not necessarily just working in the household is the most productive thing you can do. When you are educated, you develop a comparative advantage above other people. And that means that sometimes the same outcomes can be achieved much more productively by another division of labor. And that means that when you have childcare organized, it can be more productive. When that allows mothers to work part of the time somewhere else. So that is what is behind it, that it is not just a monetization of work, but what you often see is that when you operate in a market where you have that division of labor, productivity goes up also. Ultimately, that's not even, for me, the most important point. For me, the most important point is that you need equal opportunities. If you want to stay at home, if a man wants to stay at home, who is there to say that that is not productive? That is optimizing your utility. If you want to work in the market for money, you should be able to work in the market for money. I don't believe that that equal opportunity exists at the moment. There should be a lot more empowerment of women in households to make that choice. And then the result can still be the same as the current situation. But at least it's not bad to have the opportunity to make that choice. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Hans. I think we